Kenyans marked Labour Day today, and we will have to wait longer to know whether there will be any wage increase, as the government failed to announce any increase in minimum or general wage at today's Labour Day celebrations. The Labour Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani said that negotiations on the matter are still ongoing, but as Victor Kiprop reports, the proposed 1.5% housing levy will play a major role in the discussions.
Came in early and with big expectations of a reprieve in the form of a wage increase amid a rising cost of living. In a departure from the usual demands for a worker's hike in minimum wages, which is the lowest wage permitted by law, the workers asked the government to raise the general wage instead.
Tunataka 15% general wage increase.
The announcement was not the one they expected.
We are still in the process of negotiating at the wages and wages councils between the employers and the employees, so that a negotiation on whether there's going to be a wage increase, I think we are going to discuss later in the course of the week.
The 15% general wage increase demand by the Central Organization of Trade Unions, KOTU, came as a precondition for support of the government's affordable housing project by way of the proposed 1.5% housing levy, which KOTU had sought to stop its implementation in court.
Before the employers implement, we must review the CBAs to compensate any deduction, short of which hatutakubali. But once that is done, we will be willing to support the housing.
Kenya Employers FKE, which skipped the event, strongly opposes the request by KOTU, which it says the government has no mandate to implement.
Based on the laws and the procedures and practices we have in this country, it is not feasible that any statement would be made by government commanding or requiring the private sector to give a wage increase to workers in their employment.
With FKE's strong opposition to a wage increase under the tough conditions set by the Central Organization of Trade Unions, it appears taxpayers' prospects for a wage increase this year remain dim, and consequently, the future of the country's affordable housing project is unknown. Victor Kiprop, NTV.